Ooh, hello everyone. I am Nadia. I am the host of My Views Extended, the podcast where I talk about my physical, spiritual, and mental health journey and growth. And thank you so much for joining me. And I am. I was contemplating whether I was going to do a podcast this week because I am not feeling well at all. I came down with some kind of virus, I guess, summer virus that's going around again, and I am not feeling great at all. My throat, my head, body aches, all that good stuff. But currently watching the funeral of Adriana Younge is occurring today in Guyana, and a lot of tears shed. I am not a parent, but my gosh, I'm shed tears for this little girl as if she was my little girl, as if she was my niece, my little cousin. And I know many, many people around the world are feeling the exact same way. It is heart-wrenching. It is sad. Her parents, her two younger siblings, her sister and her brother. Of course, condolences to the family. Condolences to the family. And I'm constantly sending out prayers and strength for the family, for her mom, her dad, her siblings, her family who loves her and cares about her truly, for their strength, for their body, their mind, and their spirit. That Creator hold them, that He gives them the armor that they need to stay strong for themselves, for each other, to not do anything foolish, to jeopardize being away from their children. The mother, she's like a shell, understandably so. That's your first child, and you can't even let go because you got two more children that need you. Her dad. It's devastating. You know, I don't know if it's a new thing, because I'm trying to think of like when the last funeral I was at, which was my mother's funeral, and maybe I just didn't notice, but I don't remember there being cameras. And because I've seen occasionally somebody who will take a photo of the deceased person, but the last time I saw that was at my cousin's funeral, and it was like with um the regular ones, you snap ones and you have to go get it developed. And he took some photos. He was the only one. I thought that was weird then. But I'm seeing all these people coming through because it's open to the public. People were able to view the body at the funeral home, Adriana's body at the funeral home. And then they allowed people to come to the burial ground. And people are walking by the casket and literally like holding their phone like this and like getting shots. And their mom is right there sitting down in a chair. And the auntie is standing up, holding her beside her. And the people are like going like this. And they're not even acknowledging the mom. They're just getting their shot for social media so that they can say, I was at the funeral. Look at the video I got. Look at the photo I got. Like the funeral is being live streamed because Adriana Younge's death has become known around the world, and we want justice for this baby girl. So streaming is fine. And even if it wasn't, if they wanted to keep it completely private, I would have had no issues with that. But they were graced us enough to stream the funeral so people around the world could see and be a part of Adriana's funeral. But the people that are physically there, since when is it appropriate to take photos and videos of everybody? You're literally in the line, you're going up or they're going behind people and holding up their camera and taking photos and video of this little girl, and you're not even acknowledging the mom. Very few people acknowledge a mom. Very few people acknowledge mommy and touched her or said a word to her, looked her in her eye. Very, very few people. Everybody just passed by getting their shot and going on like it was a circus. Like I'm very perplexed how this is even appropriate to take photos as if this is some kind of carnival freak show. Like if it was my people's funeral, there would be no cameras. No cameras. Like, where in your mind is that okay? Like, mommy is sitting there heartbroken. She is a shell. And you just snapping photos beside her like it's a puppy. I did notice at the funeral home, because I was like, I wonder if Granny's going to show up. Paternal Granny is going to show up. I saw paternal Granny behind Carol, behind Angie. And I was like, interesting. And I don't know if Angie knew that she was behind her. She was there briefly. I don't know if she's there briefly. And then all of a sudden she disappeared because they had the camera streaming over the casket and with mom and auntie. And then I'm just wondering. And then she was gone. And at that point, because I was watching a show, a YouTube show, Let's Talk the Things with Fire Feelings. He's the host of the show, and he's with the family and kind of connecting with the family. So he was able to live stream the whole funeral process. And it's like, and then I'm wondering, where's dad? Where's dad? And I literally asking the question because I'm one of his moderators. I'm like, where's dad? What's happening? And then eventually you found out that dad was obviously having a hard time, but auntie called in and said, dad is on his way. He's pulling himself together. He's going to be there at the burial ground. And he was there. And I think he was live streaming. I think Sir Brian was live streaming, and he was saying his goodbyes in the car, the hearse. And then again, when they brought her casket out, he was saying his goodbyes then. And then later on, Granny, Carol, and Stefan, the cousin, came. And all of a sudden we're hearing shouting, and Angie was basically Angie chased them away. I can't remember the exact words, but basically like, you had my niece, you let this happen to my niece, something, and basically she chased them away. So I don't know if they are on the outskirts of the funeral. I'm watching it now. I don't know if they're on the outskirts of the funeral, at the burial ground, or where she is. But Stefan and Carol are not there. They had to tamp down the crowds because everybody was coming from far to the burial ground, and by busloads, apparently. The police had to come. I think some arrests were made. And, but it's like the two smaller siblings, I don't know their names, I'm so sorry, were with a mom, and it's like, you can't give the mom and dad and the siblings a minute. Everybody was crowding up by Adriana's coffin. It's like, you can't, like, why, like, give them a minute. Because I think that's the first time that I've seen the siblings there all day. So this is like, you can't give them a minute to see their big sister and give them the parents and the siblings a minute. Like, come on. Like, do people not have any kind of funeral etiquette? And I know, and to me, this is a generational thing. Because I'm a Canadian, but I have a Guyanese mother and a Jamaican father, so I know Caribbean people, and this is like a generational thing. This cameras and making it a spectacle and putting it on social media. That's like. I just pray for strength, because it's going to be hard. They're going to have their big sister. Their big sister is gone. Their child is gone. I don't know how. And it's not done. because people still need to be brought to justice for her death. And I remember somebody in the comments was saying, and I've read this before, that people who murder people, the killers, are often in the crowd. They're often in the search parties. They're at the funeral. They're at the cemetery. Even after the bodies are buried, they come back to the funeral. At some point, the killers come back. The murderers come back at some part of the process. So their child is buried, but it's not done. And we're not giving up. I'm one of the people worldwide. We are not giving up on Adriana. We're going to find out what happened. And we're going to keep pushing and keep putting it in the media. We're not giving up. Baby girl, we are not giving up. We are not giving up. It's so distressing. So distressing. And I do apologize if my voice is kind of I'm not talking as loud as I can because like I said, my throat is not doing great. Yeah. I decided to get some elderberry flower syrup in a syrup form, and then I got the elderberry pills. Because I had the elderberry gummies before, but it's supposed to help with flu and cold symptoms. And let me see if I can go grab it and I'll show you what I got. At the first sign of cold, sickness, whatever, I usually you get my oregano oil, and I know I have it, but don't ask me if I have no idea where it is. All of a sudden my oil of oregano is gone, and that really helps with the sore throat, but I can't find it right now. But anyways, so of course I have at nighttime and during the day while I'm home, I use my Vicks. I don't use the cream one, I use the old fashioned one. And I love that. And it's so weird. Even when the symptoms are gone, I still find myself using it for a few days afterwards at nighttime. I think it's very much a comfort thing. Like, it reminds me of when my mom used to rub my chest and my back when I was a little kid. But this is definitely a must at nighttime. And also I have eucalyptus oil drops that this is not eucalyptus oil, but the essential oil of eucalyptus oil in that bottle. And I just put a couple of drops on either side of my pillow. So I'm breathing that in all night as well. Of course, lots of water. What else? Oh yeah, the elderberry flower. So this is the cold and flu is that even showing? There we go. In the pill form. It's just in the little tablet form. Actually, let me take one out now and take that. Is it 2 or 1? I can't. Oh my god, I'm so blind. Yeah. Time to take one anyway, so I'm going to take one of those now. And so basically it traditionally used in herbal medicine to help relieve symptoms of cold and flu, such as coughs, sore throat, and I can't pronounce that, of the upper respiratory tract, and to promote sweating, to help relieve fever in case of common colds and flus. Adults take 1 capsule 3 times daily. So, yeah. So I'm taking that, and I kind of alternate between the syrup, and it's super, super sweet. And I'm going to finish it because I bought it, but this is way too sweet for me. Way too sweet. So I'm definitely going to stick with that or the gummies or just the tea itself. And to help with my dry throat or sore throat, and I even take these even when I'm not sick. I love these cough drops. They come in this regular and then sugar-free. I don't do the sugar-free because I don't do fake sugar, but this brand is really good. Helps with dry cough, whether I'm in the middle of the night or whether I'm walking around and not sick, just have a dry cough, and it almost immediately gets rid of the dry cough, itchy dry cough. Love these cough drops, and they come individually wrapped, which is nice. You can just drop a couple in your pocket or your purse and go. You don't have to carry this whole bag, but I actually have a bag in my work bag and then one at home. And then I got, because I had a couple of the daytime Buckleys, but I went and I just got the Life brand at Shoppers Drug Mart because it was like $4 cheaper and it's the exact same ingredients. And so this one has the day and night. So, and the day is obviously not drowsy. So that's kind of what I'm doing to help me feel a little better because I cannot take more time off. I was off on Tuesday, this past Tuesday. And I can't take time off again because, again, moving is expensive. So I'm not feeling great. But I just wanted to finish up with and kind of cut it short. I'm trying to do longer episodes, but some days I'm like, let's keep it short. So I just wanted to continue with this book. The complete life's little instruction book. You think I would remember the title by now, but I keep having to look at it. But anyway, so this week I wanted to continue with Pray Not for Things, but for Wisdom and Courage. If you wanted to screenshot that, pray not for things, but for wisdom and courage. And absolutely, I think if you are asking for wisdom, for courage, for guidance, you will gain the wisdom to make life better. You will gain the courage to ask for and strive for what you want. And you will have the protection to, as you're doing those things, to be protected along the way. So I definitely pray not for things, but for wisdom and courage, and all the material things, all the wants and the needs will come with wisdom and courage. So I definitely love that one. That is number 158. 166. Don't waste time responding to your critics. And I think that's especially a great one for people like us who are on social media. If social media is what you do either full-time or part-time or even as a hobby, I think it's really, really important that, and we're not talking about constructive criticism because constructive criticism is great. Like I always ask, please, and if you're going to leave a comment on my channel, please be respectful. But constructive criticism is always a good thing because it helps you improve. But if you're just critiquing people just to be mean-spirited, or you don't really have a way to help them, assist them to get better, then keep it to yourself. But also you can't control what other people are going to say to your face or leave on your social media page. So if you know that you have nothing to bite back at, like, that saying, hit dogs holla. If you have nothing to bite back at, just ignore them. Either ignore them, and if you need to go ahead and block them from your page, then go ahead and do it. But yeah, don't put the energy, in my personal opinion, don't put the energy towards responding to criticism, because I think when you start getting a lot of critics, when you start getting a lot of pushback, not always, but oftentimes that means you are on the right track. Not always, but often. 167. Avoid negative people. Now this is definitely, is that even focused? There we go. Avoid negative people. Now this is a much harder thing to do because, we live in a global world. We live in a world of social media. We live in a world where things can happen across the globe, and in literally seconds, everyone around the world can know about what's happening. So it's definitely hard to avoid negative people. Just like with the criticism thing I just spoke about, it's hard to avoid negative people sometimes, but definitely do your best It's hard. We know whether it's in public, whether it's in your workplace, whether it's in your home, unfortunately. But if you can, do your best to ignore them, or you have to learn to kind of literally let it slide off your back, I guess. But anyway, yeah, do your best if you can. Not always avoidable, but if you can, just remove yourself from the situation if you can. If you can't get them to go away, you go away. Oh yeah. And the last one that I wanted to read this week was number 171. Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than the ones with all the facts. And I definitely agree with this. And I can put that up there so you can screenshot. Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than one with all the facts. And yeah, that's definitely a thing. And you have to have your dreams, but also you have to push your dreams into motion, right? You can have all the dreams in the world, but if you don't act on them, it's not going to do anything. Like me putting myself out to do this podcast, me putting myself out to put out my cooking channel, me putting myself out to write my first book and working on my second and my third, and so on, putting myself out to just do what I actually love versus what I have to do, because we all have bills to pay. So yeah, dream, but put that dream in motion. Put action behind the dreams, because we can have all the dreams in the world, but if we don't actually attempt to make it come true, that's kind of, what's the point? So yeah, let me know what one of those, if any of those resonated. I can speak, I promise. Resonated with you. Pray not for things, but for courage. Oh my goodness. Pray not for things, but for wisdom and courage. Avoid negative people. Don't waste time responding to your critics. And never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than one with all the facts. This is a book again. You can find it on any bookstore, Amazon, your local bookstore, maybe a library. I don't know. You'd have to check for yourself. But yeah, I'm going to end for today because, as you can hear, my voice is going and gone. Gone. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nadia. I am the host of My Views Extended, the podcast where I talk about my physical, spiritual, and mental health journey and anything else that suits my fancy. And I will see you next week. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and leave a respectful comment. And I will see you in the next one.